Buhat Gaming.
But Malaysia already hovering over this Harith and maybe a Grok. Kufr, of course, is still one of the heroes that is consistently banned.
That's true. And I guess it is because of the way that he can clear up the creep waves easily. It will result into an early rotation, which is really good. And also you need to keep in mind that this Guardian's Barrier, especially on those very small choke points, can really change the tide when it comes to team fights. However, let's go ahead and check the second pick of Indonesia here. Well, just like what we were saying earlier, the Grok has been picked already by Indonesia into a Selena pick.
Selena has been making her way into the meta, not only as a mage, but she is also a support because, of course, the Abyssal Arrow that can stun you up until the world will end.
That's true. Again, well, you can literally drop your phone if you get hit by that Abyssal Trap. And also, one of the things, especially, well, that has been remade here in the previous patch, that you can use your Abyssal Emblem spell, or rather the battle spell, into those Abyssal Traps.
Yeah.
Imagine what kind of play styles, what kind of rotations can you do with that kind of mechanic, which is really awesome. And I think that's one of the reasons why a position for Selena is really viable right now.
Because she can help so much when it comes to map vision as well as rotations. But for the second rotation bans, we have an Akai and a Thumb. So no offlaner for the blue side and no Akai, no Panda for Malaysia.
Yeah, which is actually, I think, a very good ban here on the side of Indonesia, because as you can see, one of the best ways for you to stop this kind of initiation, they love to go, well, they would love to initiate first. Again, you have the Selena, and the only way that you can stop this kind of playstyle is by disrupting this kind of composition by using the Hurricane Dance of Akai.
So Malaysia actually locked in a Gadat something we don't see every day, but it works for the early game, the harass that a Gadat can do, and mid to late game, of course, it will always be about his ultimate. It's a matter of, will he be able to land that or not? If it's a yes, then that's the perfect setup for a Blazing Duet.
That's true. And also, the best control of Gatkacha is once he taught you out, or once he uses taunt on you, it will attract, or it will at least focus, or you will be forced to focus on the Gatkacha, which is a really tanky tank. And again, well, looking at the first three picks of Indonesia, they lack that kind of early kind of damage, and I think that's one of the reasons why they picked this Esmeralda. Again, once he got his level 4, he will begin to start rotating and apply a lot of pressure on a different lane.
Man, Indonesia's draft is looking really strong right now. Like, look at the amount of AoE damage that they have. But for Malaysia, they picked this Badang. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that we will see a Badang in SEA Games. So let's see, will it work out for Malaysia or will it not? Usually, if you want to farm using this hero, you'd farm Claude style.
That's true.
In the early game, you're gonna use your ultimate just to clear out the waves or maybe even take objectives. And your power spike will only be felt by the second half of the mid game or the late game.
That's true. And once you got those core items, a Demon Hunter Sword, a Golden Staff, almost the same item build-up if you're going to compare it with Claude, but it really depends on the rotations of the tanks and also the supports right here. So will it be Team Indonesia or will it be Team Malaysia? And again, guys, this is the upper bracket, and the winner will be the one who will have the advantage from the ongoing series, because again, you have the capability to rest and a lot of advantages as well. So let's go into the Land of Dawn and cast the first game of our upper bracket, Indonesia versus Team Malaysia.
Of course, do not forget to share the live stream and tag your friends. Again, this is the upper bracket. Whoever will win this will advance to the grand finals.
Indeed. And again, looking at our split screen right here, lane composition, and I guess Team Indonesia right here is just heavily relying on this Ling to get his items first, so they can snowball into the mid game to the late game, which is really important because you're up against the Harith. Harith, once he got this level 4, he can just use his 7 Force every single time to dish out or to melt down those turrets.
But you mentioned this Harith, but the thing is, Indonesia, they got an Esmeralda.
Yeah.
So by the book, Esmeralda is direct counter to Harith. It's just a matter of, will THAMUZ player, will Abdullah be able to snowball faster than Ridwan, or will it be the other way around?
I completely agree, because then again, Esmeralda, using his Frost Moon shield, he can soak all the shields that is being gained by the key insight of this Harith. And also an off-cam kill here in the bottom lane. The first blood will be taken by Indonesia. However, here, a lot of skirmishes happening here into the top lane.
Oh no, this was actually being targeted, and nice falling star one coming in from that Esmeralda, able to immobilize someone, but apparently the damage is not enough. Julianto able to get out of there alive.
And that was a very nice disengage here from Indonesia, preventing any kind of snowball from Malaysia. However, talking about Indonesia here into the bottom lane, a nice early control, able to take down this tier 1 turret under the bottom lane of Malaysia.
I'm having a lot of questions as to why they opened Ling. Maybe they have a plan. Maybe they know how to counter Ling. So let's see what will Malaysia do about Firdos.
Yeah, and also
Gustian on this Ling. Sorry, I thought that was got mistake there.
Yeah, well, actually, if you're going to look at their hero icons, it's almost the same, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost the same right here. But however, looking at the main objective here, Indonesia trying to crawl its way out, trying to hide themselves, trying to able to take down this turtle.
Turtle already being taken by this Ling, so that is more gold, more EXP coming into the side of Indonesia. Good start, but looks like the Selena says goodbye. She got boxed in down, first gonna be there as well, but Claude able to BMI out of that trouble, and Grok got taken out as well, coming an ultimate coming in from Gadat Catch-up, but looks like Malaysia, they still want to give it a go. Penalty zone gonna be committed there as well, but Dang says goodbye, and look at that on a very, very, very brave move coming in from the able to save that Harith, and Harith was able to use that to get a kill. Now Putra, the next target, and he does go down. Wait, that was a deja vu. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was I think a replay right here from what happened earlier. But look at that engagement. You see how disciplined Team Malaysia are, trying to reposition themselves in a much more safer way while dishing damage, which is a really difficult thing to do, which is especially for this kind of high impact, fast-paced MLBB game. However, here into the middle lane and also into the top lane, that's how you want to control your Link. Stop him from getting those core items as early as possible, because once he got those items, it will be really difficult. It will be a challenge for you to kill him.
Well, you know what? I remember Wolf saying that one of the ways to counter Ling is to commit a single target crowd control. That could be Way of the Dragon, maybe even Divine Judgment.
That's
so
true.
So far, this trope pick for Malaysia is working really well for them.
That's true. And as you can see, the way that they control, and also he went for a tank emblem right here, so he will get at least 6% of HP, max HP, every time that he will see a single target. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's really confident going in and moving forward into those team fights.
Man, I'm not sure if Claude is able to farm, because he is being pressured time and time again here at the top lane, and I haven't seen him rotate as much. Putra though, charging the Paravisa, but looks like something is happening here at the turtle side. But Ridwan charging his ultimate, able to chase down that Harith and immobilize him, but Harith was able to back away. Badong just minding his own business there at the bot lane.
Indeed, and as you can see, Team Indonesia trying to focus and controlling this Claude every single time, not giving him any space to farm at all. Even the jungle area of or the top jungle area of Team Malaysia, and as you can see, a nice control. Well, without the tier 1 turret of Team Malaysia, it's really difficult for Malaysia to rotate, and it's also a nice advantage for Indonesia because they can easily choke out enemies, especially for the lane of Claude.
Who looks like the Way of the Dragon being committed onto that turret, the penalty zone to the abuse, and he was able to make out of it alive. And now the Abyssal Arrow connecting onto that Ling, and that stun, man, 3-second stun works wonders right here.
Wow.
Wild charge gonna be used to try and get that Cho, but Cho was able to get away. Abdullah though gets taken out by the Esmeralda.
A very nice pick off as well from Esmeralda right here, controlling Abdullah into the bottom lane, and also a little bit of skirmishes happening on the top lane as well while that is happening. But as you can see, the way that they control the game, and especially for Team Malaysia, they are, well, they're currently behind by 3K net worth, but it doesn't really shows right now because they still have a lot of power spikes that they are waiting. They need to wait for this Claude to get another item, and then they will start joining those fights.
On receiving a lot of damage there. Kadir, of course, was able to knock 2 people up, but apparently no initiate coming in from Team Malaysia. There are certain teams that would prefer objectives before they go with team fight. team fights, but Indonesia, it looks like they just want to go full on 5v5.
Indeed, I completely agree because they knew. I think, well, based on their heroes, the only AoE that they have is the Esmeralda and also the Wild Charge. But if you're going to think about it, if they are able to execute their plan really well, they have the penalty zone. They have a lot of control. They have the ultimate from Esmeralda and also the finishing touch, the Berserker's Fury on top of this link, plus the high and dry. So it's a really strong item for Gusjen to take, and we will start seeing all of those criticals popping out.
Yep, that is true. So far, even though Malaysia is suffering a handful of losses, they are still able to even out the kill count. Let's make the dragon to be used to. Julianto there as well, falling. Starman connecting onto one person. Nice knockout coming in from that Grog. Xamon Force going to be used as well. Looks like the damage output from this team is very, very intense. Abyssal Arrow not connecting into Grog because he cannot be crowd controlled.
Indeed, and while that is happening, Indonesia able to squeeze a little bit of space here, trying to take down the turtle, while the rest of Team Indonesia and also the Grok Putra just using his Guardian's Barrier, preventing any kind of engagement on side of Team Malaysia.
Man, they were able to create a clash in the mid lane, but at the same time, Esmeralda, I actually was curious as to why she did not commit to that team fight with Immobilized, able to connect onto one person. Down first, going to be used again. Here comes Selena, able to scratch that Harris. Harris being zoned out right now, and that Kasha got taken out. Nice Guardian's Barrier, but it is not enough. Double kill coming in from this link, and look at the Esmeralda. She does not mind just walking into the base of Malaysia.
Indeed, he's really aggressive, as you can see, and right now using his Frost Moon Shield, she's not afraid to move forward, and he even used his ultimate just to run away. Another Abyssal Arrow is done. Abdullah trying to run away though, but it won't be enough. No, it will not reach him. And again, that Stardust Dance, getting that kill. He's already 4-0-3 for Ridwan and is having a very good time right now.
First wipe out of the game, just 8 minutes in. Safe to say that the power spike or the snowball potential from Indonesia is just very, very good right now. 8 minutes in, the gold advantage still into Indonesia side. Grok used Wild Charge, but look at that!
Wow.
The Esmeralda is still alive.
I can't imagine because well, that Way of the Dragon, it only expands his shield. Not even the main HP of this Esmeralda. And Esmeralda, man, he went for the Impure Rage, so he can just go transition into that full attack damage itemization. So it really depends on Indonesia when they will end this aggression right now.
Man, but for Team Malaysia, I strongly believe that Claude will be their win condition. He needs to go online as quick as he can. They need that Blazing Duet. They need that AoE damage because true, he can commit his ultimate to maybe Esmeralda or maybe even Ling if they can catch him. But who's gonna do the main damage output?
Yep, and talking about main damage output here into the bottom lane. Again, the ultimate Qigong Fist will be committed as well. And also the rest of the Neurola using his Blazing Duet, but the damage is still not there. BMI out. Malaysia really having a very difficult time here. 3-4 non-exchange still in favor of Team Indonesia.
Goodness me, and this Ling already has the Endless Battle Holy Crystal though being picked up by this Harith. And I think it's safe to say that Indonesia is one core item away from the heroes of Malaysia right now. So if at this point Malaysia cannot go full on 5v5 team fights, maybe they can opt for pickups. You can't try and take out Terizda or Grok. They're way too tanky. But at the same time, the mobility Selena, Ling, and Esmeralda has is just too much. So how can they catch an uncatchable hero?
That's a very good question. But in my opinion, I think the best thing that they need to do here is Abdul Kadir, the Cho. He needs to reach the back lines as soon as possible and control the Ling. Or maybe the Esmeralda. Use the Way of the Dragon to at least change or disposition this Esmeralda and then burst him out quickly.
That is true. Ling, of course, can just roam around the map. Lord marching here at the bot lane. Nice Wild Charge coming in from that Grok, but there is no follow-up damage. It was enough to zone out Malaysia though. That was actually a very perfect Wild Charge.
Indeed, they're able to stop a lot of engagement. I think that was 4 heroes if I'm not mistaken. Again, it doesn't matter if that Wild Charge didn't hit the wall, but as long as you can knock up and disable, stop all of those engagements. However, into the arrow, and Ridwan able to secure that kill as well.
Then nice predictions coming in from this Lina, and now Indonesia able to put a hole onto the base of Malaysia, and this Esmeralda committing her ultimate. Looks like she was able to catch 3 people, and there's a stun coming in from that. So killing spree coming in over from this Ling. Ridwan, she does not care. She can literally target anyone but a shutdown on this Ling, and this could probably be a game 1. Will Malaysia be able to defend this? It looks like the answer will be no.
Yeah, at the moment, it was a very intense fight. And as you can see here in our replay, Gustian is just moving forward. He's not afraid because he knew that he can just dish out and try to buy a little bit